Go to the website, build your own gang sheet. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for jumping on. If you're just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We are a Sublimation Blank t-shirt transfer supplier. We are discussing the sale that's going on, 35% off. Clack fans, Clack fan transfers, and build your own gang sheets available. Getting these orders together so we can get them out tomorrow. I'm printing and D is over there processing orders. How are you? Great day to you too. Thanks for jumping on. It's a little dark over here. I don't have the light on, but so y'all just jumping on. This is the Blank Spot, Sublimation Blanks t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Talking about our final sale, our final day's sale. It ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, we have a 35% off sale on our Clack fan transfers, our Clack fans, all of them, the colors, the white ones, and also the bamboo. And then we have a sale on our build your own gang sheet. All you got to do is go to the website, theblankspot.com. Go ahead and drop your order in before 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're going to be in there. Got a large selection of Clack fan transfers. Great thing about it is there are no minimums. So this is the perfect time that if you've never done it before, you can get you a fan. One fan, you can get you one transfer, and you can try it out. We do have a free YouTube tutorial to show you how we press the fan on a 15 by 15 inch heat press, and also how we put it back together. Everything is available for you. All you got to do is go get the fan. 35% off. You can't beat that. And I mean, everybody likes saving money, right? This customer took the advantage of the deal. I think they bought about 12. No, they bought more than 12. 10, 11, 15. They bought 23. They bought 23 transfers. They bought 23 transfers, guys. So this is something that you guys can definitely do. This is the right time because it's the right price. Type of number 1 in the comments if it's your first time here. Where my number 1's at? This is your first time on our platform. Type of number 1. Welcome back to everybody who's visited us before. Any number 1s out there? Can I see? I can kind of see. Got a number 1 or 2? Okay, welcome. Did we hit your FYP? How'd you see us? Did somebody share it with you? Drop a number 2 in the comments if you guys are out there making fans. If you're making fans for whatever reason, maybe you are doing it because of an anniversary. Maybe you're doing it because of a birthday, some type of observance. Maybe there's a wedding coming up and you're doing fans. If you've ever done some fans, Juanita, how are you? I know you. I know you're doing fans, Juanita. You keep us ordering fans. To be honest with you, with your behavior. Thanks for jumping on, Juanita. I think Juanita may be our number 1 fan purchaser since we've been doing fans. So you caught us on the FYP. That's what's up. If you haven't done so, drop that city and state. Like the video, share the video. Today, we are talking about the last day of our sale. Clack fans are on sale for 35% off. No minimums. Juanita. No minimums. 35% off. Also, our Clack fan transfers are on sale. 35% off. 35% off. Yeah, I'm not watching today, man. I had to come in here and do some work, unfortunately. Had to come in and do some work today. So, if that's you and you're doing fans, come on down, lock in with us, get your fans. If you're doing sublimation, this is the perfect time for you to get that gang sheet together. Get that gang sheet together. Come on. And you can go ahead and start with your you can start with your order. I am going to have to do a restart. Yeah. So while I'm restarting that and restarting my printer, it started and couldn't finish. I'm processing some orders, man. Getting some things printed and cut. I'm gonna slide y'all over here to my cutting station. So y'all gonna see a different view here in a minute. We did some reorganizing yesterday when we came in, so probably gonna see some different things today as well. So we did do some reorganizing. Make sure y'all can see. We did some reorganizing, so I'm gonna be cutting that up here in a minute. Slide you guys over. I've never done that before. I never just moved y'all. I never just repositioned y'all like that before. So we got a new setup. Well, not a new setup, but it's a little different. It's a little different. So, y'all probably won't be able to see me, but I'm cutting. All right, cut these transfers up. Like I said, we prepping orders for tomorrow, so we can go ahead and get them out because we know that there are going to be a lot of things going on tomorrow. We want to get a head start with that as well. Orders that came in on Friday, orders that came in on Saturday, and then we had some to come in today. So we're just trying to get this stuff knocked out. So guys, this may not be the most exciting video, may not be the most dramatic video. What's going on, Steve? Yeah, man, we have to come in and get these orders done. we got to come and get these orders done. You want the printer? And that printer comes with maintenance. The expense is not the purchase. The expense is maintaining it. Ink and the paper. That's something I wanted to talk about. I talked to my wife about this earlier, and it's something that you probably just can't get away from, especially with crafting. Do me a favor, guys. If you are crafting and crafting only, type a number 3 in the comments. I need to see stuff. If you're crafting and crafting only, type a number 3 in the comments. D got maxed out just now. She said she's done. My threes at. If you only crafting, nothing wrong with it. You know what I noticed about crafters? And y'all, please don't get mad at me. But I got to say this. Crafters will do everything they can to save $1. Y'all will go all around the world spending money just to save $1. I was watching this group because I just recently joined this group. I think it's Sublimation something on Facebook. Okay. And just recently joined this group. And I joined the group because one of our customers actually tagged us in a comment. And I saw it. It's like Sublimation for Beginners or something. And I've seen the group already. And I said, well, you know, I'm going to join this group because it'll probably give us some ideas about what we can actually address and talk to people about that are new to sublimation or just new to crafting. Okay. So I said, you know, let me join this group and kind of see what's going on. So I joined the group, and I got to tell you something. Crafters spend a lot of money on a hobby. And that's not to say, you know, you can spend your money on what you want to spend your money on. But I noticed that there's a lot of people who start off with vinyl, right? Many people, we talked about this yesterday, most people start off with vinyl, and then they explore other options. Well, I honestly think, and you correct me if I'm wrong, D, but I honestly think that people after vinyl, I think people look at sublimation. I think people look at sublimation after vinyl. But due to the lack of education about sublimation and how it actually works, people want to make sublimation do what they want it to do. That trust me, I spend much and I buy from you. So don't stop spending with us. But I want you to be aware. I want you to be aware of what's going on. Okay. So what I was learning about that group, that Sublimation for Beginners group, is that when people are starting to do sublimation, they're wanting to do sublimation the way they think sublimation should work, not the way that sublimation actually works. Like my wife always says, sublimation is a science and there's rules to sublimation. A lot of people don't understand and a lot of people don't want to understand. So I'm going to give you guys a quick nugget, a quick tidbit. That tidbit, is that right? I want y'all to spend some time on our website. If you're new to sublimation, or even if you believe that you're an OG of sublimation. What's going on, John? Thanks for jumping on. Grand Rising. I want you guys to go to our website. There's a blog there. And that blog is going to talk to you about sublimation, what it is and what it isn't. A lot of people, the first thing they want to do is they don't want to learn sublimation. They want to learn how to put dark images or images on dark colors. I'll say that one again because I'm going to miss somebody with that. People don't want to learn how to do sublimation. People want to learn how to make shirts using the process of sublimation. Because there's so many different things that you can do with sublimation. Okay. So many different things. Now, when you start thinking about it, and you just left vinyl and you were able to cut on your machine and you were able to do everything yourself because you bought a Cricut machine or you bought a Silhouette Cameo or whatever, now you have the ability to roll over in the middle of the night on the weekend and just make a project. So sublimation, in a sense, gives you that opportunity as a new crafter to be able to afford to be able to do that, because not everybody's just going out there getting a DTF machine, right? Not everybody's going out there getting a DTF printer, but anybody and everybody feels like they can go out and get a sublimation printer or get a printer and convert it to sublimation and then start trying to figure out what sublimation is. Go read the blog, y'all. Read the blog. It's free. The information is free, but you end up paying for what you don't know. True sublimation does not take putting a piece of clear vinyl or adhesive on a fabric and then sublimating to that item. That's not sublimation. That's a hack. Sublimation is actually using a polyester, poly-coated polyurethane, something with poly in it, and then sublimating onto that. You said the HTV runt thing. got on my nerves. Said got on my nerves. People thinking, yeah. So here's the thing with the hack. There's nothing wrong with doing hacks if that's what you're looking to do. But I think that people are getting into these groups and they're getting negative. I can't say negative. They're getting misguided. They're getting misled about what sublimation really is. When we talk about sublimation, we're talking about the pure sublimation. If you look at that Philadelphia Eagles shirt right there, that is a 100% polyester shirt. There's no HTV runt, there's no sublimate, there's nothing. It's ink dye into the fabric. Now, if you wanted to put that same image onto a dark colored shirt or dark color fabric, then guess what you'd have to do? No, not use a HTV runt or sublimate. You'd have to use a different process. That's what you'd have to do. But people are learning sublimation and they're using it for hacks, and they're not understanding. They're getting upset because sublimation is really not meant for that. They're not wanting to know how sublimation works. They're wanting to know how they can make it work for themselves. Okay? You see, in my opinion, sublimation is the easiest way to make things if you know what you're doing. Absolutely. If you want to put a full color image, if I want to put this image on a dark shirt, then I need to go and research a different type of transfer process. That's what a lot of people are missing. And a lot of people are going to continue to miss it because the industry is so convoluted. The industry is so murky. It's so muddy. These companies are selling you what you want, and that's how they're making money. I wish we could do the same thing because we definitely want to make some money. But we can't see it in our hearts. We can't see it in our hearts to direct somebody to a place to where it's not going to really benefit you. Imagine this. If I wanted to wear a shirt or a piece of fabric that was just going to crack up over a period of time, I can go get another process. If I wanted to have a shirt or a piece of fabric that was going to have a block on it, I can do that with any type of process. But instead, sublimation allows you to do an ink dye process. The ink is inside of the fabric, and not only that, it's breathable. Even with DTF, if you think about it, a lot of DTF transfers are going to half tone to where it's not a big block, a big old blob, a big sheet, as someone would say, of a transfer, to where now you got breathable space. You can breathe, right? Yeah, the hacks are very temporary. As a matter of fact, I did a Chat GPT search, and I said, hey, how long does sublimate or that HTV last? How long does that hack last? Because see, that's one of the questions that a lot of people are not asking. A lot of people will ask a lot of different questions of a company like ours. You'll see us on here, and you don't think that we're solid. You're thinking that, hey, we're just out here trying to get your money, and that couldn't be further from the truth. But you won't ask a question of a company like who sells HTV runt. HTV runt. You're not asking HTV runt. You're not asking anybody whoever sells sublimate. You're not asking all of these companies that's producing these hacks how long that's going to work. Because to you, those companies are reputable. Those companies are reputable in your eyes because they're larger. Everybody's using it. But just because everybody's jumping off a cliff, that don't mean you should follow them. There's a process for every t-shirt, apparel, everything. There's a certain process. Okay. These things that we hear about and we want to try, it's because we don't want to go back and forth. Or watch this, we don't have the finances, we don't have the money to go out and buy all of these printers. We think that because we got a printer, and please don't take this the wrong way, because I can afford a $200 printer, I can go and convert it to make it do sublimation. I'm now happy because I can do it anytime I want. Now I want to use that same piece of equipment to do everything, and you cannot do that. And I think that's one of the conversations that I would wish that whoever's the admin of these groups, I wish they would have that conversation. Listen, there's a certain process for everything that you want to do. If you want to do darks, you need to do a different process. You got white toner, you got direct to garment, you have direct to film, you have clear film, screen print. There's lots of other different processes. But because as a crafter, you don't have direct access to it, you're trying to spin your wheels to make your printer do something that it wasn't made to do. You already made the converted printer do what it's not supposed to do. You've already converted it to print sublimation. Here's another thing that I learned that a lot of people don't understand. Y'all see this transfer? I think I might want to press something, D. I'm going to press something because I want you guys to kind of see what it is that I'm talking about. I'm going to turn my heat press on so you can kind of see. Because sublimation is a process to where when you print that image out, you're looking at a computer screen. And one of the things that you don't learn when you first start sublimation as a crafter, as a new person, you're not learning how to design. You're grabbing pictures from the internet. I mean, we did it. You're grabbing stuff. And what you don't understand is that there are different views. A lot of people are working from their phone, working from their smartphone, and that screen is small. So that means the pixels are small. The dots per inch, the DPI is small. Then they move on to their laptop or their iPad, say iPad, and the pixels are a little bit bigger, but they're still small. Then they move to their laptop. Pixels are a lot bigger, but they're still not going to be what you see when you print. See, what people don't understand is that what you see on a screen is normally RGB, red, green, blue. That's what your eyes are seeing. However the light hits our eyes and reflects, and we see the colors, that's the colors that we see. When you print with sublimation, you're printing CMYK. That's cyan, which is blue, magenta, which is red, Y, which is yellow, and then K, which is black. So you're printing 4 different colors. You're going to see it differently. So there's never going to be a way to make that image look better with sublimation until you press it. And I'm reading the comments, so I'm going to start right here. Let's see. Steve said, and it will never crack. Sublimation will never crack. Let's see, Kia, how are you? See, John says, I sublimated a hoodie 7 years ago, and it's been used a lot, and it still looks like the day I made it. The word of advice, don't use a converted printer for DTF sublimation or anything else. The results are totally different than using the proper equipment. Conversions, that's a mouthful, and a lot of people are not going to hear what you said because, once again, we start off as crafters. Many people start off as crafters, and they want what they want. So people are the industry is going to sell you what you want. The industry is definitely going to sell you what you want, okay? They're looking. Just like I was in that small group and looking at that group of people, the industry is looking, and they're going to give people what they're asking for. That's pretty press. RGB, CMYK, totally different. Absolutely. It's totally different. People don't understand the difference between RGB and CMYK. No, they don't. And it is a design type class. I want you to know that I'm enjoying the bright, colorful prints I'm getting from you using the blank spot paper. Hey, I appreciate it. That's another thing. Paper does matter. So, I gotta tell y'all this, man. The sale ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. We have a sale, 35% off on our build your own sublimation gang sheets. Go to the website, the front page. You're gonna see a lady holding a sheet of paper up. That's a sublimation gang sheet. Go there, choose your gang sheet, upload your images there, and we're gonna print that out for you and ship it out to you. Also, our sublimation clack fan transfers. You can buy one or you can buy 101. Don't worry, we got the paper and the ink. Those are on sale for 35% off as well. And then last but not least, our Clack Fans are on sale as well. 35% off the colors and the white fans. So, yes. So paper does matter. Paper does matter. You can't keep up. Hey, we're trying to make it easy for y'all. So we're trying to make it easy for y'all so y'all can keep this, so y'all can keep y'all train going. All right. See, another sale. I can't keep up. But here's the thing. Sublimation paper matters. And when you go to our website and you check out that blog, take about 15, 20 minutes and read that blog. And if you got to read it again or read it slow. But read the blog. It's going to explain what sublimation is. There's 7 essential things that's going to help you to be a better sublimator, if that's a word, sublimator, to do sublimation. One thing that a lot of people don't take into consideration is their paper. You're thinking that you can get any type of paper and it's going to be okay. Recently saw somebody who just started back selling paper do a comparison between their paper and the #1 paper in North America. We're going to do another comparison as well, because we got to stay in the know. Y'all got to see what's going on. We're going to do a comparison as well. But the differences are going to be if the paper bleeds or blows out, if the paper transfers all the way, meaning that if ink is on the substrate versus ink being on the paper, that's going to matter. Another thing is going to matter is if you have a high transfer rate, a blowout, if that paper is fast drying, that's going to matter, because if you have to wait for the paper to dry, that means you're smudging. A lot of mistakes that a lot of crafters that start with sublimation make. Y'all want to know a lot of mistakes? Anybody? What's one of the mistakes that crafters make with printing? Let's do that. Let's talk about that. What's one of the mistakes that you think crafters who just started with sublimation print? What's one of the mistakes you think they make? I'm gonna go get some paper. I'm gonna get some transfer. I love this right environment. What's one of the mistakes you think that's made? One of them, they said, "Hey, D, she's back over in the back. She's back over in the back getting some inventory together." One of the mistakes, thank you, color setting. I appreciate it. Color setting. Not just the color setting, but the printer setting. Now, you can't set your colors if you don't know what they're supposed to look like. A sublimation printer, you don't have to worry about that. But when you're doing a converted printer, you got that issue. So now, if you're putting a lot of ink on your paper because you think putting a lot of ink on your paper is going to make your transfer more vibrant, think again, because your paper matters. So we don't have to print with a high output of ink setting, because that's not going to make it vibrant. What that's going to do is going to make it longer for your transfer to dry. It's going to possibly cause your transfer to have some bleed or some smears or some smudges. If you don't believe me, ask some of the people who are using higher printer settings. They have to wait for that to dry. They have to wait for that to dry, because they heard someone, standard is better. Yeah. They heard someone say that they turned their ink up to get better quality. Premium matte. Presentation matte. Say it again. Say it loud. Presentation matte. Premium presentation matte. That's not a good setting. It's not a good setting. When you sit there and you print with a lot of ink coming out, ink is spitting all over the place. It's spewing all over the place. And you're not going to be able to see some of the spots that the ink pops out on the paper, because it's dropping ink so fast and it's taking longer for your paper to dry. Paper does matter. So now, add a wrong setting or a not recommended setting to some subpar paper. Thanks for the gifts. To some subpar paper, and what do? You get bleed, you get blowout, and you get a low transfer rate. Hey, I received my prints Friday and I love them. Thank you, appreciate it. You get the paper, thank you. You get the piece of wheels. You get those piece of wheels because ink is all inside of your carrier. It's all inside of there. And you're wondering why it's not working out for you. If you use converted printer, run the chance of having a wheel mark. That's what we're talking about, the wheel marks. But you can't tell a crafter that, because the crafter is wondering, why am I getting these? They call it piece of wheels. Why am I getting these wheel marks on my print? We had one young lady reach out to us, purchase some of our paper. They purchased a roll of paper. It was a 24-inch roll. And I don't know the paper that they were using previously, but they started getting wheels on their paper. Now, they were using an actual sublimation printer. So it's still possible, because if you're printing with too much ink because your paper is subpar, and you're thinking that the more ink that I use, the better my project is going to look, you're going to be sadly mistaken. So they're printing with a high printer setting, and they get our ink in it, they get our paper, and they do the same thing. They're saying wheels. Well, you don't need to print like that. Whoever told you that you had to print like that either had a converted printer or was a day older than you in sublimation. That's another mistake that a lot of people make. We're listening to people who are doing it part-time. This is our bread and butter. If we don't do this, we don't eat. So it would only make sense that we learn how to be subject matter experts in this. Now, I don't know about every printer. I definitely know about our printer. I don't know about every piece of paper, but I know about our paper in comparison to some others. Another issue is with the paper is that you get paper, and then guess what you need to print? You need butcher paper. You get your paper, you get your transfer, and before you can put it on your fabric, before you can clamp it down, you got to use some protection, because you're worried about the paper, the transfer, the ink blowing out and damaging your printer. Damaging your press. You don't have to worry about that with our paper. And I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical when they do get our paper. They're going to be skeptical, saying, hey, you know what? I just do this all the time. I'm just used to doing it. Listen, it's an extra cost. It's an added expense. It's an extra step. You don't need it. I'm guilty. I have an Epson 15,000, but until I make bank, it'll be my best friend till I can afford. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a converted printer. Just know, and I want you to do something for me. I want you to print out, the next time you send something to us to be printed, I want you to print out the same image from your printer, just so you can see, and then look at the colors from what we send you. So send us the same image you want us to print, and print that image on your own printer, and you'll see the difference. Okay, this is not me beating anybody down about conversions. It's about just the education piece. How much do you need to spend for a whole setup? Are you a business owner? And that kind of rolls off of our tongue. The yes rolls off of our tongue really quickly. So what are you doing right now? What's your thing right now? What are you doing? I'm gonna see if you can come in. This is not to put you on the spot. I'm gonna see if you can come in though. Maybe you can't. I don't know. What's your current what's your business? What are you making? Hold on for a second. Let me turn my volume up. Give me a second. So do me a favor. Introduce yourself and let me know where you coming in from.
Hey, I'm Michael Tisby. I'm coming in from South Carolina.
What part of South Carolina?
Greenville.
Okay, up north. So we're in Columbia or in Casey. Okay. So what is your business, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, right now I own 4 food trucks, and I own a transportation company, 18-wheelers.
Okay, so what's your experience in printing?
I know about tech packs and like starting the shirt business. I had some heat presses back in the day, but really never pushed forward with it.
Okay, so I'm gonna be a little bit more specific. What type of printing do you want to do? Because there's different printing processes.
Right. I would like to do is it called water-based?
Water-based. Help me out. Dumb it down for me. I'm brand new. You got people that's listening. They're brand new. What's water-based printing?
Okay, I'm touching back on it, man. It's been a while since I thought about this. If I'm being honest, I know there's different kind of printing, but I think if I'm not mistaken, the water base is the highest quality as far as it goes on the shirt. Is it not?
Are we talking sublimation?
Yes, sublimation.
So sublimation is not water-based, just so you know. And like I said, I'm not here to put you on the spot, but
that doesn't bother me at all. It's a learning process.
Okay, cool beans. So sublimation is an ink dye process. It's a science, and you're gonna see it right here.
Okay.
This is a sublimation transfer image on a piece of sublimation paper.
Right.
Okay. It was printed with sublimation ink dye.
Okay.
And the process for everybody who's out there is this is 100% polyester shirt.
Okay.
Okay. So now, if I want to make this work, I am going to make sure that I have the highest polyester count, because sublimation ink binds with polyester, nylons, rayons. Okay. So now, synthetic fibers or anything that's poly-coated, to include the tumblers, the cups, all that stuff, right? So now, in order for me to make this work, if I want to have this as vibrant as I can, there's 7 things that's going to be a factor. My printer, my ink, my paper. Those 3 things: printer, ink, paper. My pressure, because people are using the easy press.
Right.
So the pressure matters. The temperature, the time, and then the substrate.
Okay.
One of those 7 things off, and you're going to get a different result. I got you, John. One of those things off, you're going to get a different result. Okay.
Right.
Now, if you are going to be in the printing business, you got to know which process you want to do.
Gotcha.
You got DTF, direct to film. That is water-based. I don't know if you want to do that if you got all those other things going on.
Right.
You might want to hire somebody, learn about it and hire somebody. I don't know. Even with sublimation, depending on how deep you want to get into it. You have DTF. You got direct to garment, DTG. You got white toner. You have sublimation. You have screen print. Those are just some of the transfer processes. Now, here's the thing. Once you find out what you want to do, then you can say, hey, do I want to make the investment to do the equipment, or do I want to outsource?
Right.
Because one thing's for certain, crafters want access.
Right.
If you're already a business owner, you're not going into it with a crafting mindset.
No.
You're going into it with a bottom line. I want to make some money.
You know what? I got a question for you too.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My biggest problem is, the material part, like the shirts and the sweaters and stuff like that. I feel like it's, when you bring something on something, everybody's getting that same type of garment. Like, the Jiffy garments, what is the name of the most popular brand that I see a lot of people? I want a certain type, like I want to make hoodies and a couple shirts, but I want a certain type of hoodie. But I think that's something that I gotta make, like manufacture from like the ground up.
Yeah, you're talking about Gildan.
Yeah, Gildan, yeah.
Yeah, Gildan sucks.
Right.
But yeah, so I mean everybody's doing, and I'm gonna share this with you. You know why everybody's doing similar garments?
Why?
Because we're selling to Americans.
Right.
And Americans, I'm a big guy. So anybody that's about to get offended by what I say next, then y'all can go ahead and cancel me like everybody else getting canceled. But I'm a big guy. And Americans by nature, we're larger people.
Right.
Me as a black man, I'm going to be a bigger person anyway. It's genetics. Okay. Right. However, and it's not everyone, but however, the first thing we ask, is it true to size?
Right.
Are we true to size?
No.
So you have American cut items and you have European cut items or Asian cut items. And if you're going to get a better quality, you're going to have to go and holler at somebody, like you said, and get it manufactured.
Right.
If you want it thicker, if you want it plusher, if you want it fluffier, you're going to have to go and holler at somebody else.
Right.
Here's the problem. Now you got to find an audience that's going to pay for what you're doing.
Right.
And if they're not willing to pay for what you're doing, then that's a problem. So you just went out there and did some things and you have no audience. So just something to think about. Just something to think about. Garments are not always true to our size.
Right.
But when you think about it, even as you get a jersey sublimation shirt versus a Gildan sublimation shirt, the cut is different. The sleeves are going to be longer. One's going to be shorter, one's going to be longer. Our sublimation shirts, I don't know if you can tell, our sleeves are longer. This is a 2X shirt. So it's a lot of different things you got to take into consideration. But I want you to think about, and this is everybody, know what type of process that you want to do before you jump off the porch and go and buy this equipment. Now, if you were to buy the equipment, whether you decide to do sublimation, DTF, DTG, whatever process, make sure you do your due diligence and actually do your good research. Do your good research. Or my wife had a plug just now. You can purchase our mini kit, right? If you got a press already, you can purchase our t-shirt mini kit. It's got 6 transfers in it. I think it's 4 or 5 different transfers, and you can see what the quality of the shirts that we have in there and all that stuff. Sublimations in there as well. But that's an option. Our t-shirt mini kit, you can find it right here on our website. If you go here to theblankspot.com, you go to the website, the front page, it says what's new, and you'll see the t-shirt mini starter kit.
Okay, I just screenshot it.
And it's a great value for anybody who's getting started, or for anybody who hasn't done other types of transfers. But if you're going to be doing this and you're a business owner already, you got the business mindset, you definitely want to get your hands on it so you can know what's going on. So if you do decide to build a team or have employees, you can outsource that stuff. Okay.
If I'm being completely honest, my thing is more like, I printed out some shirts and I got a great response from it. And I get people all the time asking me, hey, I want that shirt, I want that shirt. It's more of me doing it as a hobby than any other thing,
Can you go give me that box, baby? If you don't mind. Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody starts off either in their garage, in their craft room, in their closet, and they start off as a hobby or a way to save money, whatever the case may be. It's when you start having a demand for something. It's not just about selling stuff. It's really about, as a business owner, it's about us creating a solution to a problem.
Absolutely.
What problem are we going to solve? We created this out of a couple of other people's ideas. We were always trying to think of how can we get people involved. This is for people who have done it before, but they haven't done all of the different types of transfers that we offer, or for somebody who's brand new.
Right.
So you get the 6 shirts in here, 4 cotton shirts. I think we're giving out either gray, white, black, red, or blue. So you're gonna get 2 sublimation shirts as well. Then you're gonna get like a chenille patch. You're gonna get a screen print transfer, single color, a full color screen print transfer, rhinestone, and then 2 sublimation transfers. So this is great value for the money that we have. Okay.
Do y'all do any puff transfers?
No, we don't do any puff transfers. And that's something that we try to stay away from things that we consider to be fads.
Oh, I got you.
So if it's trending and it catches, like, and now I'm gonna have this conversation with a guy named John that's on Facebook as well. There's a lot of things that people talk about, especially with transfer processes. DTF itself started off about, I think it started off back in like 1996. And everything starts off as industrial, right? It's huge. The average person is not going to be able to have access to it. And then slowly but surely, the industry starts saying, hey, we're going to give access to it. Or somebody figures out a way to make some stuff from home. DTF started off as a fad, not a trend. When it caught on and people were able to use a clear film, put ink to it, cure it, and then slide it over to a slide it over to a garment, now it's starting to catch on. You see what I'm saying? And 30 some plus years later, now it's no longer a fad, it's a trend. But here's the thing that people got to understand. And I keep telling people this, and it ain't because we sell sublimation. It's because I do a lot of thinking at night. Sublimation is a process that every other process is trying to catch up to.
Okay.
I said this before, y'all. Y'all can quote me on this. If you don't believe me, you didn't need a UV or any type of something to go on a cup. You can sublimate directly to a cup.
Right.
You can sublimate directly to a bag. I can ball this shirt up and don't have to worry about it cracking.
Right.
All of the other processes are trying to catch up to sublimation and what sublimation can do. It's not a negative. It's not a hit. It's just the truth. And if more people would explain the different types of processes, then people coming out the gate from crafting to hobbyists, or from hobbyists to crafting to side hustle to business, they would be able to make a better informed decision about which way they want to go. But instead, industry wants to make money. And as long as people are trying to do exactly what they want to do, there's always going to be an opportunity. There's always going to be an opportunity for somebody to make some money, because the crafters that are in these groups, they don't care about what's supposed to be right. They don't care about the science. They don't care about that, because they're crafters. Our sublimation transfers, we do. We design a lot of our other transfers, and we do a lot of outsourcing.
Okay.
Outsourcing helps you to stay clear of your time.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't get that. So let's see. DTF is now coming up with chemicals to add the print to make it feel like the print is in the fabric. And you know what? I was waiting on that. Thank you for reminding me.
Right.
It don't matter what they come up with, it ain't gonna never feel like it's inside the fabric.
Right.
It may look like it. It may have a less plastic feel. It may have a less sitting on top of the garment feel, but there ain't nothing like getting inside that skin.
You're like stitched in.
It's better than stitched in.
Okay.
When I rub my hands across this, you cannot feel the fabric. It's dye.
Right.
You can't feel the transfer. And until somebody comes up with something just like sublimation, it's gonna always not be sublimation. Advice: if you want to do printing on colored shirts, I suggest getting transfers. Recommendation: if you want to do prints on colored shirts, anything other than white, you're gonna have to get some transfers, because these people that are out here trying to use these hacks to do sublimation, it's good to wear at home. But what happens when you try to sell that to somebody and the customer doesn't understand that there's a less or lower life expectancy of that shirt?
How do you get better quality shirts?
Just like you said, you got to connect with a vendor.
Right.
So these are our shirts.
Like y'all made them.
We actually went to our vendor. We said, this is what we're looking for. We bought several samples.
Right.
We spend so much money. This is not a flex. We spend so much money a month on samples trying to make sure we got quality products that is crazy.
See,
But
I went through that. I had a sweatsuit and some things manufactured that just wasn't getting what I was looking for. And I was just keep going through the process, spending money on samples and trying to find that right garment that I'm looking for.
But it's going to take some time. Now, there's a comment below you. I'm going to read yours in a minute, John. There's a comment below you. I wish they have more light colors available that are 100% polyester. Creations by Monet. There are. You have to go to your vendor or supplier and find it. Now,
a million different colors.
Yeah, there's some, we had some in the back, but here's the problem. Once again, it's an educational piece. You will never get this bright, vibrant color transfer to come to be as bright and vibrant on a color shirt.
Right.
If I put this on a pink shirt, it's not going to come out this vibrant as sublimation, If I sublimate this to 100% polyester pink shirt, it doesn't matter because there's no white in sublimation ink. So whatever the white is, and you see these white backgrounds in the faces, that's not white ink. That's an absence of the color.
Mhm.
So that means, yeah. So that means that this is a canvas. The shirt, the white shirt is a canvas. And when you print it, it may look like it's printing white, y'all, but it's printing around the white. I can't break that down any further. Did I say that correctly?
Makes sense.
It's printing around the white because there is no white. So if this shows up, it's translucent, it's clear. So if this shows up as white, here's what's happening. It's a hole. It's a hole. So if this shows up as white, if I put it on the pink shirt, everything that's white gonna be pink.
Right. It's merging with the shirt.
It's merging with the shirt. Absolutely. Thank you. Guess what else is merging with the shirt? The color wheel.
The colors, yeah.
So that means blue and yellow makes what color? Anybody?
I don't know.
We went to school, remember? We learning all this bull junk. We learning all this bull junk and we retaining, thank you, green. We retaining all this trig and all this other scientific stuff, but blue and yellow makes green. Red and blue makes what? Anybody? What color does red and blue make? Red and blue make purple. Absolutely. So now if I take a blue design and put it on a darker, a pink shirt,
Don't change.
come on, man. That was sublimation 101, the basics right there.
Right.
But crafters are not wanting to learn that. And when they decide to graduate to being a business owner and use a sublimation, the first thing they say is, well, sublimation don't work. Thanks for the gift. No, sublimation work. You just don't understand it. You're trying to put a square in a round peg hole. You're trying to force it. And it don't work like that. It can work to your advantage. We have sublimation blanks and supplies behind this wall. We've always done sublimation blanks and supplies. Here's the problem. Sublimation only works best when you're doing t-shirts on white or bright color fabrics. But there's more things to sublimation than just fabrics. It's more than just t-shirts. It's more than just hoodies. You got backpacks. You got koozies, coasters, tumblers, shot glasses, license tags, metal signs, anything you think of, MDF signs. It's so many different things that you can do with sublimation.
You can do portraits with sublimation.
Yeah. But the problem is we hooked on selling shirts. Now I don't know about y'all. I mean, buy from us, please. But how many shirts y'all gonna wear? How many shirts y'all gonna wear? How many shirts do you think your customers gonna wear? There's a holiday in every month of the year. Every month of the year is the major holiday. And people are gonna observe those holidays, not to include anniversaries, graduations, special occasions. So let's say it's about 16 to 18 different observances from one person. But you only got 10 people in your network that's buying from you. Come on now. That's business 101 right there. You don't have the customers to do what it is that you say you want to do. Therefore, you ain't ready to buy no equipment.
Right.
That's why it's time to outsource. Well, I want to get a better price. Go get your business game up. If you're required to have a retail license or reseller's license, get that up and then go ask the people that you're buying from, do they accept that as tax-free? We do. But you're too busy, and this is me getting a little more direct now. We're too busy as people who say they want to do business. We're too busy talking about, I just want to go and get something where I don't have to have no license.
No.
I just want to go and get something where I ain't got to do all that work. Well, you ain't in business, you hustling. So check this out real quick. You write blankets, keychains, the list goes on and on. On air fresheners, we got all that stuff back there. So here's the deal. This is a controlled heat press. I call it clamshell. Okay, locks down. We sell our own sublimation paper. If y'all are interested, you can compare our paper to the number one selling paper in North America. All right. If you don't know what it is, it's A-Sub. A-Sub is the number one selling brand in North America. That paper bleed all over the place. So what you saw me do, I lint roll. Why? Because the shirts, yep, the dust particles, the loose fibers, all that stuff, you want to get that off there. If not, you're gonna have what's called blue specks. Okay. Hey Latrice, what's going on? Now I got my temperature set at 380 degrees. Why am I pressing at 380? Because my paper doesn't require that I burn my substrate up. I don't have to do 400 degrees. Right. I got it set for 60 seconds.
It's like you preheat.
It's like I'm preheating. I just got to make sure that my pressure is correct. Because if my pressure's not good, then guess what's gonna happen?
Take properly.
It's gonna ghost. It's not gonna take properly. It's not gonna transfer properly. Okay. I appreciate it. And tell everybody about our paper. So let's see. Here's the thing. Once I get my temperature set, I get my time set, I already got to make sure that this is clean. If my heat press ain't clean, it's gonna transfer. Now this is a sample. I'm not worried about it. But now I got to set my pressure. I can set my pressure before I turn my heat press on. That's for all the novice. You can set your pressure before you turn your heat press on. I want medium pressure. I don't want it too heavy because I don't want those press marks in there. But I can show you how to get the press marks off too. Then I pre-press my shirt for 3 to 5 seconds. Why are we pre-pressing our shirt?
To get it ready to take the transfer.
To get the moisture out.
Get the moisture out, yeah.
So now, after I've done that, you got to understand that a polyester shirt is made to press at a higher temperature. You press a cotton shirt at 380 degrees and see what happens. That sucker gonna burn up on you. Because that's what's supposed to happen. It's cotton. It's a natural fiber. It's gonna burn. Okay? So now, yeah, we're in Columbia, South Carolina, but we don't have a store. We only have a warehouse. So everything has to be shipped. Okay? Now, I've already did the lint roll, I already did the pre-press, and I already did my pressure. I want to show y'all something. I'm just throwing this on the back. I'm about to put this, I'm about to lock this down 380 degrees for 50 seconds. The one thing that you're not gonna see me do is put butcher paper on here. You know why? Because our paper don't bleed. And I'll have someone come on here every time I do this, and they'll say, well, it's recommended that you protect your heat press at any time. Recommended for who? Recommended for who? If I tell you a duck can pull a truck, hook it up. Simple as that. We're not out here selling just to make money. We want you to be successful. So now, if you don't trust the process, go get an old piece of something, sub it, and see how it works for you. What's going on, T-shirt lady? It's been a long time. The whole idea of it is crafters are pulled into using cheap stuff because crafters are cheap. Don't get mad at me. I said it.
Right.
Crafters are taking stuff out of the garbage can and repurposing it. And they're selling it. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to be a business owner, you have to set a budget and you have to work within that budget. You can't build a business on a budget. You got to build a business within that budget.
Quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Because if not, our customers don't come back. That's the ink release.
Wow.
Now, I do have a couple of press marks on here, but that's okay. I'm going to take my lint roller while the shirt is still warm, and I'm going to get them press marks out. Meanwhile, you don't see the ink coming to the back like you see with the A-Sub paper. You don't see it shooting through the back. This will look bloody. This will be a bloody mess. And that's your shirt.
That's great.
Now we've done this demonstration several times. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. We attract a lot of crafters. And crafters are on a budget. As a matter of fact, everybody on a budget, man. The economy is beating a lot of people up. But when you stop crafting and you start selling to customers, you can't go out there and buy that cheap stuff, man. Because a customer will shut a small business down every time they feel like they've been scammed. But if you're giving somebody quality and you're working with folks and you're explaining things, it may take a little while for to gain people's trust, but that's what you're talking about. The other thing with a lot of people who are just getting started, we think more means it's better. I said this the other day. If I took this plate and put some food on it and gave it to you, nah, man, I want some more. So I say, here, I put some more on the plate. And you say, now that's better. Until people start understanding the difference between more and better, they're going to always look for more. And those are facts. Until we understand what better looks like, it don't matter whether you're doing sublimation, DTF, screen print, DTG, white toner. It don't matter if you're doing HTV. It don't matter what you're doing. If you're doing hacks, until you realize that you have to invest as a business owner in better quality items, ain't nothing gonna change. Some people just ain't ready to be a business owner, and they need to stay in that crafting lane until they understand how business works and how to gain more customers. If y'all just jumping on, this is the Blank Spot. We're a sublimation blanks and t-shirt transfer supplier located just outside of Columbia, South Carolina. Today is the last day for the weekend sale. We got 35% off of all of our build your own gang sheets. All right, go to the website, front page. You're going to see a lady. Scroll down. You're going to see a lady holding up a gang sheet. Build your own gang sheet. Throw your images in there. We're going to take care of you. 35% off. No minimum, no code. Also, the Clack fan transfers. No minimum, no code. And also the Clack fans. 35% off. It ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So if you're looking to get into sublimation and you don't have a printer or you want to save some money, now's the time to shop.
Boss man, I gotta run, but I'm gonna follow you and lock in and reach out to you.
Appreciate your time, man.
Thank you so much for the information.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, guys. If you're just jumping on, just went over a quick once over about doing sublimation. More of it is an educational piece. We don't have opportunity during the week to educate because we realize, and I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, we realize when we start talking about business and we're attracting a lot of crafting mindsets, we're losing. We need sales. Simple as that. If we ain't selling and we're telling and nobody's buying, then we're just on here, just being on here. But if we can actually educate people on what is going to work best for them, then, or better for them, and then you can make an informed decision by the information that we share. I want y'all to think about something. Asking questions is going to be the best way to begin to get informed. You still got to do your due diligence. You still got to do your research. You still got to verify that what somebody's saying is in fact true. Just running with something because somebody's famous on social media, they social media famous, and you taking their word for it, I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people out here who's out here scamming. That's a whole nother conversation for another time. But yeah, man, so we here on Sunday. Yeah, I'm missing some football, but you know, football, they're gonna keep on playing football, man. I got to grow this business. So if you're out there and you're looking for some quality sublimation blanks, if you're looking for some quality t-shirt transfers, some quality t-shirts, if you're looking for, we're selling colored t-shirts, cotton t-shirts. We got our own sublimation t-shirts that we're selling. We're selling hoodies. We're selling crew necks. We got some camo jackets back there. We got we have almost messed that one up. We got screen print transfers, full color and single color. We have chenille patches. We have sublimation transfers and rhinestone transfers back there to include all of the other sublimation items that's back there. Don't forget. Go ahead and go ahead. Thanks. I didn't catch that. Thanks, Latrice. The starter kit. Go to the website. On the front page of the website, the second picture, it's going to say what's new. Once you get in there, you can go ahead and see what's in there. Click on the starter kit, and you can see what comes with the starter kit. Okay. Once you understand how this thing works and you decide what you want to do, then you can go forward and do some stuff. Trust but verify, man, at all times. Trust but verify. Anybody got any questions about what we're doing or what we've been doing? In here getting some orders together. Like I say, football is gonna be there. For us, it's gonna be there. But I got to get this business going. New people every day, and we appreciate you guys, are finding us and you're shopping with us. And then we got our regulars. We got our returning customers. We definitely appreciate you because you were the beginning. Without you, it wouldn't be us. I just want you guys to understand something. If you're just getting started and you're not sure what you want to do, you have to figure out what process you want to do. Please. We got printers back there. We have sublimation printers back there. We have heat presses back there. We have hat presses back there. We have tumbler presses back there. But before you go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff, please, man, find out what you want to do because you may not want to do it. You may not have the intestinal fortitude to go to different distance. I would hate to see you go out there and spend all your hard-earned money, invest in yourself, and you really, at this point, don't believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in yourself. I think so. Those ones that we talked about last week, D, were those Black Girl Magic patches that we did last week? Yes, they're on the website. They most definitely are. You got to have the intestinal fortitude. As someone who does DTF and sells printers, I'd say start with transfers. The equipment is expensive. Absolutely. If anything, get you a reliable heat press. Find you some shirts to start practicing on. Get you some transfers, and it will save you some money. But listening to that guru that's telling you to go out there and buy their stuff, we want you to buy us, so we got a ready-to-go kit right now. But it's not going to benefit me to try to sell you into something because I'm not a salesperson. Okay, you got it, Tamara. You got it, Tamara. She said she put it on. She missed that one. She said she put it on there now. You got to think about it, man. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not here to convince you of anything. If what we just showed you with our shirt, with our paper, if we just what we share with you every day that we go live, if that's not convincing enough, then you're not our customer. But you got to ask yourself, what are you willing to do? You know what your work ethic is. You know how many times you hit that snooze button when it's time to go to work. You know if you're going to go and do the work. Someone once said, don't let anybody tell you what you can't do. No, you can do anything. But you know yourself. You know yourself better than anyone else. Look at the people that you're hanging around. If you cannot change the people around you, then change the people who hang around you. That's something to think about. We're walking around with the ball and chain connected to our ankle, trying to drag everyone with us, trying to make sure everybody knows exactly what we know. Surround yourself with people who are going to help you to elevate and get to the next level. If you're wanting to start crafting, once again, we got this t-shirt mini starter kit. Okay. It comes with 6 shirts, 4 cotton and 2 sublimation. It comes with 6 transfers, 2 sublimation transfers, a rhinestone transfer, a heat transfer patch, which is a chenille patch, a full color screen print, and a single color screen print. It's also going to come with a measuring tape. It's going to come with some heat tape. This tape does not stain. It's going to come with a conversion ruler chart. We added this last week. So we're going to be, whoever ordered their stuff on Friday or Saturday, they're going to be getting that. Also, a t-shirt design sizing chart and location and recommendations. It's going to come with that. We want you to be successful. We appreciate you too, more than you know. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, at one time I was gonna give up on going live. Even with the platform that the young man was on TikTok, I was gonna give up going live because it can be too frustrating sometimes because people are either not engaging, and this is at a lot of followers. This is at a lot of people who are following. People are either not engaging or they're not doing business with you because they are locked in somewhere else. But you have to find your audience. Have to find your audience. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate you too. You got to find your audience. And we're just starting to find our audience. Okay. Renee, thank you. Appreciate it. It's gonna get packed up and sent out tomorrow. Maybe you're not trying to come in. Maybe you just came up. Anybody have any questions or comments? Questions or comments or questions? We appreciate your order. Thank you. I'm sorry, ma'am. Say it again. Do I sell the shirts by themselves? Yes, we sure do. So what types of shirts are you talking? The sublimation or the cotton?
The sublimation, because I have a small business and I do sublimation shirts.
Yes, so you can go to the website. Once you're here, you're going to go to the menu. You're going to say, look at sublimation products, and you're going to look for tees and wearables.
Okay,
Tees and wearables.
Is there a limit how much you buy?
Nah, if it's in the warehouse, you can buy it. So do you have your retail license? Okay, so here's the thing. If you get your retail license and you submit them to us on the proper form from your state to be tax exempt, then you can submit that form to us and we will receive it.
Okay, so how do I go about getting a license?
What state are you in?
I'm in Florida.
So you need to look up Florida's retail license. So it'll be on the state website. Something with just
hobby, but everybody started liking like my family, so I said, let me start doing it.
So that's cool. Congratulations. So what I want you to do is when you get out the live, I want you to go to it's gonna be something like for us it's South Carolina Department of something business. Look where your business license are on your website, and it's gonna talk about your retail license. So you can even do you got ChatGPT?
Yes, sir.
ChatGPT it. How do I get my retail license in the state of Florida?
Okay, I follow you. I started following you.
Oh yeah. I hope I haven't embarrassed my wife.
So when I'll make sure to buy stuff on your website.
Absolutely. But meantime, you don't need a license to purchase. That's just going to be a benefit for you, so you don't have to pay taxes through us.
Okay.
So
what else do you sell?
No, we have an array of sublimation blanks and supplies. So check out the website. We got sublimation gang sheets. Yeah. So as a matter of fact, we have a sale on our gang sheets right now until tonight at 11:59 p.m. We're in South Carolina, so we're on the same time zone. So if you go to the website, you'll see a lady holding up a sheet. That's a gang sheet. On top of that, you'll see a video on how to use our software.
Okay.
You'll actually watch that video and then go to that picture below, click on that, select your gang sheet size, make sure you size your images to the size that you want. You can put as many as you can fit on the gang sheet, and they're 35% off. No discount, no discount code needed.
On a regular shirt, what size is that?
So this shirt is a 2X, and this is an 11-inch transfer. So this is what I want you to do. How long have you been doing shirts?
Well, not that long, sir.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So I'm not trying to sell you, but inside this starter kit, there are 5 different transfers, 5 different types of transfers. There's a rhinestone, there's a screen print single color, a screen print full color. There is a chenille patch that we put in here, and then there's 2 sublimation transfers. You get 6 shirts. This t-shirt recommendation sizing chart comes in there as well. So you don't have to do that. you can actually go and you can find out, you can Google a recommendation on the sizing chart for the shirt sizes. Okay.
Can you put your website up, or can you take a screenshot of it?
Here you go.
Okay, thank you very much.
Also connect with us. Thank you, Tamara. Also connect with us on YouTube. There's lots of free content on YouTube. Just get on our channel, search whatever it is that you want to see, and you'll see us doing things like I just pressed the shirt just now. Okay?
Okay, all right.
Cool beans?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate you for coming on. All right, bye-bye. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate it. Let's see. Just joined the live. How much is the starter kit? You got to go to the website, honey. Please and thank you. Once you go to the website, you look at the front page. The second selection on the front page is going to say what's new. Right there, you can see how much the starter kit is. Okay? And you'll see what all comes in it as well. Let's see. Can I come by Columbia and meet you and pick up my starter kit? Unfortunately, no, you can't. We only have shipping. Okay? We only have shipping. Does the military discount work on $2 Tuesdays? Any other discounts are not combined. Any other discounts are not combined. Mississippi. It's on Mississippi State Revenue website. Thank you. I appreciate it. So it's going to be the revenue website. I couldn't think of it. We do it all the time, but I just couldn't think of it. You're welcome. Thanks for asking. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? You're welcome. Any other questions? So yeah, we can't combine discounts because we'll go out of business, man. We don't want to go out of business. We want to be here. We want to be here. Questions or comments? Hey, what's going on? Did you mean to come on? Quanda, did you mean to come on? Probably not. You didn't? I'm sorry. I got you. Thank you for the great information as always. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank y'all for connecting. Let me see. Sublimation shirts are great quality. This is from Sheila. I ordered, received, and I'm satisfied. Very satisfied. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. We aim to please. So, guys, if that's it, I got a couple more things I need to print before it gets too late. And we got an early morning tomorrow. So what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to lock in with us tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sheila, you got me on the clock. You got me on the clock, Sheila. So we'll be here on time at 8 o'clock. Do you have Divine 9 transfers? You're going to find them right here. You will find them right here. We got screen print, and we do have some sublimation. And we have chenille patches as well. The next thing I'm going to share with y'all, because I know everything. So what you want to do is, Sis Mary, what you want to do is go to the search, and I want you to search the specific thing that you're looking for, and it'll pop up, okay? 7 days a week? No, not 7 days, Steve, but as often as we can. We were off this weekend, so, but I'm gonna give you guys a little nugget, a little tidbit. We were not gonna do this on Monday, but I don't really care about football. I care about my business, and I care about y'all's business. So tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I want you guys to consider locking in with us. We're going to be talking about, it's going to be a free conversation on a Zoom, okay? You'll see it posted on our Facebook tomorrow. So wherever you're watching us from, you need to go and follow us on our Facebook. Our Facebook is The Blank Spot, okay? The Blank Spot. We're going to make a post. It's going to be a free Zoom. The seating is limited. You're going to have to register. Once you register, you're going to get an email say you registered, and then you're going to get another email. That gives you the link to join the Zoom, excuse me. It won't be broadcasted via Facebook. It won't be broadcasted via TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. And there's a reason why, okay? The information that we're going to share is not going to be out in the airwaves. It's not that the information is private, but I want to keep it to a controlled environment. My wife and I want to be able to give you some information and talk about some things that's going to hopefully help your business, but you got to lock in. So we got about 50 seats. So tomorrow, matter of fact, probably tonight, I'll go ahead and introduce it tonight. All right, 50 slots. It's going to be a Zoom. You're going to be required to come on and either chat your name and your say hello. You're going to have to introduce yourself. All right. You cannot just sit back and not say anything. If you're not participating in any type of way, you might get booted off. The admin might boot you off. So this is going to be a conversation that we want everybody to get involved in. Okay. We're going to start trying to do things like that to also give back to our community. So that's all I got. Be on the lookout for that. It will be posted to Facebook. I'm not going to post it to anything else. If you're on TikTok, it's not that I don't like you, but you got to go follow us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube and all that good stuff, okay? But it will be on Facebook, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you got to get the invite. So the first 50 people to come through, register, you locked in. If not, you may end up, missing it. Last thing, Steve, I am going to email you. I'm going to email you a question when I get off, if you don't mind. I know it's Sunday, but I'm going to email you, Steve. And I just need to know something real quick. So before I pack your package up, okay? So 8 p.m. tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have a Zoom webinar, okay? Going to be a Zoom webinar. And we're going to be introducing the link to the first 50 people that jumps on. So you got to get the link. You got to register. I need y'all email address. I'm just saying. I know I got a lot of y'all email address. I need your email address. So we're going to be doing that, right? And the first 50 people to come in, going to lock in. After that, we shut it down, okay? That's it. But, yeah. So other than that, I got to go because I got to do some more work. But thank y'all for jumping on. Thanks for the support. Thanks for all the gifts. Thanks for the orders. We appreciate it. This is the Blank Spot. If you're brand new, thank you for showing up. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. We'll see each and every one of you guys at the top because there's too many people struggling at the bottom. Peace.